So hi everybody, welcome to this fourth Tuesday. Good to see you all. How are we all feeling? How about doing a little exercise? Give me one word for how you're feeling today. One word, Doris, how are you feeling today?
Great.
Patty, one word. Give us one word.
Live.
Isiak, one word.
Good.
What?
I'm feeling good.
Shankar.
Let's say centered.
Oh, good. Manu, one word.
Excited.
Excited. Good. Dr. Mike, one word.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Quanta, one word.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. Okay, so my one word is expansive. So fantastic to see you all here. Now, what I'd like to do, because well, I'm hoping for some more people to come in, but we were looking at the passion projects that we've been doing over the last, can you believe it? July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Now we're February. My goodness me. We're actually on the 8th month of my reign. And we've had some fabulous inputs from lots of different people. And I just realized it would be wonderful to have a session with Doris, and she can tell us about her brain, pills, and God knows what next time. And Isiak eventually is going to spend a whole time with us and do an input. But I'm just going to show you what we've been doing over the last 5, 6, 7 months. Okay. So just have a look at on the screen here. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So we've actually had some really exciting things going on. But as you know, when I took over, being on the West Coast, I have to get up very early in the morning for you guys in the East Coast and across the world. So a lot of you are in the end of your day. I'm at the very beginning of my day. It is getting lighter here, and so it's easier. Oh, that's great. There's Stormy coming in. Oops. Just welcome Stormy, and then I'm going to come. Hi, Stormy. Hi, Stormy. Well, I've just gone and lost my PowerPoint. Where's it gone? There you are. I clicked the wrong button. Are you there, Stormy? No. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. I'm just going to show some slides about
Sure.
what we've been doing this last few months. If I can get back in here. So I'm just going to go through this briefly. My goal is for us to be more aware of each other, get to know each other, have what I call magical, honest, open conversations. And my passion is that we get to know ourselves so we can tune into each other and create a new narrative with each other, with our club, and with Rotary in general. So as we know, the four-way test is very important. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better relationships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And I've really, really enjoyed getting to meet everybody in their passion projects over the last few months. I hope you have too, because for me, it's really important to be out there. And I just want to share with you that Jim and I are very proud to be part of this club. I know you don't see Jim very often, but you know, he plays music and he's playing a bit more music, and he was just 80. And this is an event that I'm running with some very lovely women and men in Las Vegas on the 9th of March, which is International Women's Day weekend. And as you notice, I'm putting our club in there as one of the sponsors. I just wanted you to know that, because Rotary, as you know, has just become 119 years old. And I think that's amazing that there were all these men 119 years ago setting out what Rotary is about. And now we have this amazing row of images. So last year when I joined, Imagine Rotary with our beautiful female, our first female president. And Patty, I've just forgotten her name. Talk about what was our female president's name?
Jennifer Jones.
Jennifer Jones. You see,
Sorry, I had it on mute, Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer Jones.
yeah, sorry about that. You see, Doris, I just had a senior moment there. That was really challenging. Anyway, this year it's been Create Hope in the World with Google Martinelli, and next year, fabulous idea of looking at magic, which of course I really resonate with because I do a lot of work with the idea of magic. So it's going to be a fascinating year when Patty is going to be our president. Yeah. And here we all are looking a little bit serious, but this was one of the snapshots I took at one of our meetings. And this is why I like to see you on screen, because I like to see you. Now, I'm just going to go very quickly through all our passion projects so that you remember who it has been on, because we're going to hear from Stormy very shortly. So the first was you, Patty, you and Anna in August, and you shared about your passion projects. Then we had Carolina coming in from Chile, and Aaron from the East Coast, and also Ritu from the East Coast. That was so fabulous. If you were there, you remember these. And then we went on to Megan. Megan came in and told us about her education project. Shankar, you shared your amazing views on life, and Aaron about his projects. That was very exciting. And then who did we have next? We had Brittany. Now, I hope you all remember when Brittany came in, she shared about her amazing non-for-profit. And now she's up in Washington, D.C., I believe. Yes. Now, Dolly Parton didn't make it for this one, but you were there, Dr. Mike. You were there sharing with us about the foundation and all the wonderful things there. Now, Dolly managed to come later, but at Christmas, we had an amazing time. If you remember, Patty was there cooking. Rebecca Donnelly was cooking. I was cooking, which was an absolute miracle. And I think Shankar, you were there. I can't remember who else there was, but we baked gingerbread cookies with the amazing chef Marty Mongiello. I can't pronounce your name, Marty, today. I'm having a bit of a senior moment. Anyway, that was a fabulous end to the year. And then Paul Branders, you're here today, I believe, and Dolly and David shared with us. It's just been really wonderful to get to know people. For me personally, sitting out here on the West Coast and only having met certain people in the district when I went to the Houston conference a couple of years ago, I feel like I know you all. I would love to meet you all personally and be able to hug. That would be really wonderful. And of course, today we have Stormy, who's arrived here, and we're going to share some ideas with her. And Shankar and I are going to share how we might get you all together, really progressing the passion projects in a new way. And I think maybe we could persuade Doris to come in and share a bit on a next passion project. We'll have to talk to Doris about that. Anyway, I just want to say a big, big thank you to Isiak, because he creates all these banners. And I think this one you made especially for me, Isiak, because it's got a lighthouse at the back. I don't know whether you know, but I'm very, very passionate about lighthouses. I've got them all over my house. And my house is actually called Star Sailors Retreat. So I love that. So thank you. Later on, Patty's going to tell us about the 50-50 draw. And this is my mission, to have magical conversations without any anger, judgment, or coercion. Because why can't we all just get along? That's my mission. So I hope you like that little journey back through our time so far. And we're back in the room. And Marty's here. Hi, Marty. Paul, hi.
Hello, Marty.
Hi, Megan, you made it. Fantastic. That's wonderful. Now, Megan was one of our
Yeah.
passion
Good morning,
projects.
everybody.
And hopefully you're going to rejoin our club, because I know you kind of slightly left us, but you're going to come back. And it's really good to see you all. So if I may, I'm going to introduce Stormy. And I think it's absolutely wonderful that Stormy is here with us. And I'm dying to find out about your current project here to be a very important person in the world. You're already a very important person, but to actually go forward and to be nominated. Now, Stormy, I have actually got your slides. Do you want me to show them, or are you going to talk to us first about your mission?
You can dive right in and share my slides if you would like.
Sorry?
You can dive right in and share my slides.
Okay, let me find them. Now, this is a test.
Uh-oh.
I've got to find where they are. Okay. Let me just get out.
Or I have the PDF up if you want me to share the PDF.
Yes. Can you share the PDF?
Okay.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll share.
the floor is yours, Stormy.
Well, thank you, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes to really talk about registering to vote and getting ready to vote in 2024. And I'll talk a little bit more about my reason for this at the end, but I know that it's a very important, every presidential election in the US is very important. And we have historically had kind of low voter turnout, but I want to encourage everyone, no matter where you are in the world, if you are allowed to vote, to make sure that you do, because this is one way for your voice to be heard. And I'm going to scroll down here. Today's agenda, we're going to just really introduce, and then we're going to do a team check-in. And then this is me. Today's facilitator, Stormy Mongiello. I hold the MBA, Master's of Business Administration. I'm a professional in human resources, and I'm a SHRM, which is Society for Human Resource Management, certified professional. Registering to vote. Why register to vote? It's not just a civic duty, it's a tool for shaping the future of your community and your country. By registering to vote, you gain a voice in the democratic process, allowing you to directly influence decisions on issues that matter the most to you, from education and healthcare to the economy and the environment. Your vote is your chance to hold elected officials accountable and to ensure that your values and priorities are represented in the government. Whether you're passionate about social justice, economic equality, or environmental sustainability, registering to vote empowers you to advocate for the changes you want to see in your local communities and beyond. Every vote counts, and by registering to vote, you're taking an active role in shaping the direction of our society and generations to come. Now, that's one thing that I do hear is that my vote doesn't count. It most certainly does, especially in local elections, where, just less than 1,000 votes can get someone elected just because we have having such a low voter turnout for our municipal elections this past cycle in our county, where a person needed to get less than 1,000 votes, and they were voted onto the water board for our county, who oversees water projects and stormwater. So that's something to really think about, especially supporting your local candidates. How to register. Now, I don't have the information on every country represented here, but I will say for the U.S. residents, you can visit www.nass.org, can I vote? And then you will choose your state to be taken to a page with your state's election website. And you can check to see if you're registered, which is very important because if you don't vote for a certain number of elections, there's certain states that can take you off the voter rolls if you don't vote in certain elections. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then if you're in the same state, you can update your address to a new location. Now, if you do move states, you will need to re-register in the state that you have moved to. But it is very important to check because we had a gentleman who wanted to run for county commission, and he didn't realize that he was registered as unaffiliated. And so therefore he could not get on the ballot for our county without getting a petition with signatures. So those are just some of the things that you want to make sure that you're registered with the right party that you would like to be registered with. I see a couple of things in the chat here. Oh, thank you, Patty, for putting that link in for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. So that's how to check your registration. Let me get back here so I can page down. And thank you for voting on election day for wherever you live. It's like I said, it is very important. It's a way for you to have your voice heard and to see the effects of your vote and how it goes the right way. And so I will say, I will end this by putting in my little plug here by saying that I'm running for our county commissioner in Cleveland County, North Carolina. And I know that there's only a couple people that can vote for me, but if you would like to look at my page and to see how I'm how my election's going, how my frequently asked questions, and then if you wanted to read some of my blog posts about some of the things that I've been encountering while I'm talking with other people and listening to what they are concerned about throughout this election cycle. There's a couple more chats. Let me see what that is. SDX is okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Patty, for putting up that. So if anybody has any questions about voting or my candidacy, I'm very willing to answer any questions at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Stormy. I would like to ask the first question. Then we'll go to mine. What's your why did you do this now? What was your personal passion for putting yourself into this?
Yeah, I think that in our county, that there's one demographic that seems to be luring over all boards, and so it's usually Caucasian white gentlemen over the age of 60 that are on most of the boards. And then there's only one woman that's representative with 52% of women being in the workforce. And so to having a diverse leadership, I think was my impetus for taking the plunge and running this year. And part of the other reason is that I am registered as a Democrat, and for many years, a lot of these things went unopposed. So it's hard to vote for somebody if they're not even on the ballot. So I just wanted to have my hat in the ring this year. So.
Fantastic. Dr. Mike, your hand was up first, and then we'll go to Patty. Dr. Mike?
Hi, Stormy. One of the
Hi.
things, two parts. One
Okay.
is from the registrar's office. Are you able to pinpoint your geographics? In other words, like you said, the number of women, the number of men. And then the second thing is, are you able to put in the chat your donor page for us?
Okay. If you go to my main page, there is a donor, there's a link to my donor page on my main website, and I think Patty put the hot link up in the chat.
Great, thank you.
And then the first part of your question, as far as the demographics go, you can find some demographic information on there, and then I have a special access to a website where, due to me being a precinct chairman, which is also one of my titles within the party, I'm a precinct chair. I can drill down to specific what their percentages is of whenever they vote and how they vote, street by street, zip code by zip code. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Patty, your question.
To get my
You're-
mute off. Hey, Stormy. First of all, I want to say congratulations, and I'm definitely signing
Thank
up
you.
to start donating. I want to ask you this. It might be a fully loaded question. However, what would you say is your like number one cause, change, or gap you want to fill in your community, in your county?
Okay. I think there's been something that I really want to address. There's been a lot of um growth and zoning changes that have just really not been in a kind of a cohesive plan, so to speak. So I kind of wanted to, there's been this talk of uh, rural gentrification, which, if you're familiar with gentrification in like a city, it's whenever um, more prosperous people move into a neighborhood and it kind of prices out the current residents. And that's happening in the rural areas as well. So that, with our county being an somewhat impoverished county, of forcing housing prices up is really kind of unsustainable for our future.
Can I add a part two to that question? It might be like a little bit like of a silly question. However, would that affect if the property goes up? If the property value to buy a house goes up, is that going to affect the taxes of the land size, or is the land taxes still regulated to the size and not what the value of the home is?
It would depend on whether it's within which city limits it depends on, or if it's a county property. I would have to research a little bit more on what the different tax rates are for each use.
So, Marty, your question.
Yeah, I was just unmuting. I was going to say, could you tell us why you were featured in the newspapers this week?
Oh, yes, I was featured in the Shelby Star, which is our local paper. It's gone online mainly. You can still buy copies at the grocery stores and at some convenience stores. But it was about zoning and about the three things that the commissioner should be looking for in the future. So I've answered those questions and I put that up as a blog on my website as well. The very detailed answers on some of the zoning and the growth questions.
Yeah, I would just say you did seem to have the most detailed answers. Some of them I was a bit shocked. One guy didn't even answer the newspaper. He didn't want to be involved. And some of the
Mhm.
others were very curt and short, like 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah, I thought I'd kind of noticed that too. I did kind of elaborate and kind of want to express that I wanted to build coalitions across different demographics and just make sure that we include the people impacted in the decision making across the board.
Are there any, thank you, Stormy. I think it's very brave move to become a public figure. So I totally admire you. Are there any other questions for our amazing Stormy? So can you
Just wanted to applaud Stormy's decision to go public and take leadership, which she already is. And just wanted to congratulate you, Stormy, for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
I think we all give her a round of applause. Doris, do you want to say? Doris, do you want to say something?
Yes, yes. I congratulate Stormy. We reside in the same community, and you have my total and complete support. You are doing a wonderful service to this area, and I will be out there pushing to get you elected because we need you desperately. So
Thank you.
I do appreciate you, and I want everyone to know that for over 45 years since I returned to the United States, I am a person who's the first one at early voting at the polls. And I do encourage everyone to register, but we have a lot of individuals who believe that they cannot vote because of their criminal record, their past. But laws have been passed to assist these individuals with having their records expunged. So we really need more education in our community. It is a very rural area, and the focus seems to be more on the football game and the basketball game, the sports, rather than education. So, Stormy, you have a lot of work to do, and whatever I can do to assist you, please do not hesitate to contact me.
I
Fantastic.
really appreciate that, and I will take you up on that. Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
fantastic. That's fantastic. And thank you for that, Doris. Thank you, everybody. We really totally admire you, Stormy, and we're rooting for you. I have a question because I'm actually a green card holder, and I'm told I'm not allowed to vote, or I don't have a vote.
Oh.
Is that right?
I would have to look that up, to be honest with you. I don't know off the top of my head.
So it's an interesting one because some of the immigrants who are coming across the border get to vote, and I don't. So I'm quite intrigued about that.
Oh, yeah. I think it depends on the status of if they're a refugee or if they're a green card. I'm
Yeah.
not sure on the intricacies of that, to be honest. So,
Yeah, and Pauline, a lot of it is contingent upon where you live and your state laws for registration. So you live in Nevada.
Yeah.
And even my mother, my birth mother, she moved here with my father from Germany in the 1950s. She finally decided to become a citizen around 2016. And she started going to the classes and everything. But all that time, for I guess about 40 years, she was a green card holder with entry to the United States, be an American serviceman. And they were married, in Germany. But she initially lived on the American base there. So I guess around 2016, she became the most dedicated student of American history, and she could tell you everything in her German accent. And she went and took the test and was sworn in and everything as a citizen. And I think England is very nice because you guys allow dual citizenship. You can hold
Yes.
two,
Yeah.
and some other countries do not allow that. You have to pick one or the other and give up, so.
I can't give up my British citizenship, so that would have to be a condition. But interesting connection now between what your story is in Germany. We actually have a new member with us. I'd like you all to greet Agatha, who's sitting there on the screen. So if you could say hello to her. She is, I believe you have filled out your form. I'm not sure whether it's gone through, whether the invoice has gone through. So I want you to meet Patty and Shankar, who can help make sure that is completed. But thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you. And you're in Germany.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
So
Welcome.
welcome. Now we're going to move on now to I want to invite.
I would just like to say, Pauline, Agatha is a very famous attorney from Poland.
Poland, sorry.
And I've known her a long time, many, many years.
Yes. But is that true? You're living in Germany at the moment?
You're muted right now, Agatha.
You're muted.
I don't know if we can unmute her.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Agatha.
She speaks good English.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the technology. Can you?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Oh, super. So thank you very much for warm welcome. I feel like in the same, global same, because we were connected to Marty, to Stormy, and as well to Patty. So I feel like, in the sub, okay? And I am attorney at law, as you told. Thank you for introducing me. Here in Wrocław, in the west part of Poland. Supposedly I will be the first member if you will let me to be the member, and I want to increase our global impact in our also community here in Chamber of Lawyers, Attorneys at Law in Poland and in Wrocław. And also in my as University of Warsaw, because I am also the expert at Stakeholders Council at University of Warsaw from European law and from Eurasia sciences. I don't know, but I can send you my CV and my bio. Because I couldn't register via a form which you sent me, because the different code numbers, postal numbers, so it couldn't just go this way. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions, I will be ready to answer.
Okay, so thank you, and so we'll make sure that the membership goes through. Okay. You can help me here, Patty.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, for people that have any kind of trouble with a VPN or a cross-oceanic satellite, or the downloading or using that form from their country, there is a PDF version right there. It says if you're having any problems, you can download the PDF here and just fill it out with a ballpoint pen. We couldn't hear you earlier because you were muted, Zostatis Wikisoni, but we can hear you now. So if we can get her that PDF, or just on the membership sign-up page, it says click here and download the PDF, and you can just use a pen to fill it out and scan it and send it back, and we'll type it in for you.
Okay.
Okay, Marty, thank you very much.
That's
much
great.
appreciated.
So I'm going to invite Shankar to give us a few ideas about an idea that he has for our passion project. Shankar.
Thank you, Dr. Pauline. It's just a thing that we were talking sometime recently, Dr. Pauline and me, and we're thinking about everyone's passion projects that has gone on for a while, and to bring that into true value. I think it is a good idea to have what we call as the buddy system. Buddy is somebody who resonates with a certain passion project that he or she has listened to and wants to understand, wants to participate, wants to contribute. So in that order, we need to figure this out based on the various passion projects. Maybe we can introduce a form or some sort of a understanding between that particular project. Let's say I'm interested in one of the projects on NASA technologies. I really like that. And if I can get to that and understand and help bring it to life, then I'll be very passionate, almost as passionate as the one who has the project. So sitting in India, I can work towards that and create a buddy system to begin with. My idea is how to bring it to fruition. That is, I can create a committee based on that. 1 or 2 or 3 members can come together to increase the interactions, to have separate conversations based on the passion project and the buddy. That way, we will be able to help each other think through and not get stuck. For that matter, even the group can come together and see how that can be fructified and taken to the marketplace or to create impact based on the non-governmental organization or whatever that is. Because I think from a buddy to a committee, I would think 3 is a good number for things to happen. When you create any project, we need to have 3 members. That creates the nice solid ground for it. And the next number I would think is 7. That makes it very powerful. If there is a 7-member team on each of the project, and then we have some way to appreciate, some way to applaud, some way to bring it to life for others to know and benchmark it together. We're talking about the Rotary Club of Global Impact having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 committees, actually seeing it and over a period of time, really be able to, bring it to practical from vision to reality, as I call it. So this is where we would go. So we can expand, 1, we can impact. First of all, we create what is called the prototype. If the prototype is already ready, then we must sandbox it, get a few feedback on where it is going. Beyond that, we build a venture. We can have ventures from anywhere in the world actually establish any of these programs and projects, because I think if something is successful, a success model in any part of the world can be replicated with a little change, what we call as localization. So it becomes very practical, and the whole idea is Rotary Club of Global Impact can be represented around the world, not just as a club, but as the project goes back and forth across the world. It's all to do with the Rotary Club of Global Impact, practically, visually be seen by others that this is the power of our togetherness and network. This is what I was thinking. I can make a note on this and send it across to everyone just to see what the feedback is, then put some systems and structures to that.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
Dr.
Kshankar. That's really good. And what Marty said in the chat is we need to have some visuals on the projects. Megan's here, Megan's project, Brittany's project. We need to be able to see them easily, and we could use the Facebook page, couldn't we, Marty?
I can send you I can send all this stuff over to you, Pauline, this afternoon when I get back.
That's what
So,
I was
Marty.
thinking. If like our members are posting publicly their projects on Facebook, X, or LinkedIn, then we can all be commenting and participating and showcasing with evidence of our accomplishments and how it's moving forward, all that stuff. So if Megan starts a post on that, then I would want to see all of our members jump in there. Because if you get 24 comments and stuff, and not everybody's on Facebook, many people hate it and detest it. So then we could say, well, then jump on LinkedIn or X and do your commenting there. That way, we see, like this past week, I removed myself completely from WhatsApp. because I found on WhatsApp that it was a very isolated microcosm of only like 10,000 people seeing what I'm doing. And I had complaints that my public social pages were suffering with little to no updates on them. And so I've gone back to social media where I'm able to share with millions of people what I'm doing. And my posts on social media across 86 networks have now escalated and gone up, and my numbers are climbing back up again. I found on WhatsApp, everything was very closed door.
Yes.
I was unable to really share with millions of people. So I think that that's the best place for us to partake and participate. And then if somebody wants to have a private, secretive conversation about like Dr. James and his briefcase for sterilization, which I think is a huge project we should endorse and jump on with
Yes.
Paul Brandis, get on the stick with that. You know, they can do that privately, but then we open up a huge public program on supporting Dr. James and moving that advocacy forward, because, you know, like his is just one project, Megan's is another, you know, that we could really publicly identify with.
I think so. I think that's a really good idea. What do you
Thanks,
think,
Marty.
Paul?
I was going to say thank you, Marty.
Oh, sure. I mean, we need to get on his project because
Yes.
you look at the deaths across the world in operations and the inability, and people think boiling instruments sterilizes them. And they've proven that that does not sterilize scalpels and medical instruments. It is not a safe method to use. So
Well,
we still
the
have people
data point, here's a data point that's actually pretty shocking. If you take the number of deaths around the world from malaria, from tuberculosis, and what's the other one? And from HIV, the three of them combined, deaths from lack of safe surgery is actually 6 times greater than the three of those combined. And yet you never hear anybody talk about it. And his device is certified by the U.S. Air Force, which is a big deal. And we're trying to get the other Pentagon. Anyway, it's a big deal, and nobody's talking about it. It's a huge lifesaver. So thanks for the plug.
Yeah, we want him to be a speaker here. If you can get him lined up,
Yes, that would be
come and
great.
speak to Rotary, because then he'll have this recorded and it'll drive even more SEO towards his objective.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah, let me talk to him.
I think that's really good. So if you let us know, Paul, about that, the speaker link can be sent to him. So going back to Shankar, if we use Facebook, we need to persuade our members to put their project. So Megan, you can put yours up. Paul, you could do a post about that project. We start making sure that we put them on Facebook and the LinkedIn for Global Rotary Club of Global Impact. Then we can double our coverage, can't we, Marty? We can make sure.
I think LinkedIn is very powerful because they are being looked at from a professional side, and we can turn that into real projects from the kind of feedback that we can get. Marty, Dr. Marty, if you think what is better, Facebook or LinkedIn, I will follow that because I'm good at LinkedIn.
You know, Shankar Abhara, I would like to say that my study, you know, I've had my marketing company for 52 years. I started coding in 1979. I got my first gaming systems in 1972. I would like to share with you that it is surprising to me how many people are only on Facebook from Europe and Africa. They do not endorse LinkedIn like you and I do. And we realize LinkedIn is where it's at. And with that, I would say, you know, Patty has the power across Clubhouse with as many as 70,000 followers to host Dr. James in a special Rotary Club of Global Impact showcase episode on Clubhouse. A lot of people only listen. And LinkedIn podcasting, I would say, I would be more than happy to set up a podcast for Megan and her project on LinkedIn podcasting, or Dr. James, as well as even if Aaron said, hey, I want to do a special thing for the shipment of the clothes to New York that are going to Ukraine. anybody that says those, as soon as Rotary gets behind it and says, we're going to have a special clubhouse show, we're going to have a special televised broadcast. We own our own television network. You guys saw I was broadcasting the other day with a black gentleman who's trying to get on the ballot, Emmanuel Hunt Jr. Or we go to LinkedIn podcasting and do a LinkedIn audio event. Whenever Rotary sponsors these things, it gets a lot more credibility and I would say credence. How does everybody feel about those comments?
Yeah, I think that's excellent.
Absolutely. Anytime you get a chance to expand the brand, absolutely.
Yeah, and different methodologies of audio across Clubhouse and LinkedIn audio. Patty, could you comment and teach us a few things about Clubhouse today?
Yeah, Clubhouse still has a really large following. However, they did a few updates, so it made it harder for a new visitor. So if you're not familiar with the platform, I just want to give you warning that it might not be for you, just because if you didn't know how it worked, they did make it very challenging. However, it's a very big platform across the world because it's audio. However, you could have conversations. And then there are on your bio, you're allowed to add links to your Instagram and your your X space. So that's how people now will message each other if they have a link or something long to say. And then now the update is that you leave an actual voice recording. And but the functionalities, people are still working it out, trying to get to know the new system. But if you've been on there already, see, it was really big during COVID, Marty, and that's when it got like the hundreds of thousands of people on there, and half of them stayed, and it's still doing great for the people that were already on there. I'm not sure about new people coming on, how they're going to feel about it, but it is a great platform. It really is. Great things have done there. And one more thing, I've been to multiple events. I've met, so you think, oh well, it's just another app, and no, it's not just another app. I've traveled to North Carolina, I've traveled to Washington, I've traveled to Vegas, just to go to events that I met with people from Clubhouse. There are legitimate things happening on Clubhouse. It is a great platform.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. So I think the other part of it, Shankar, is that you could write a post on the idea of buddying with the passion project, because at the moment, although I've shown them all in the slides earlier, we've lost the evidence of what they are. So we need to pull them forward, so we know, we can remember exactly what's happening with Megan's project, with Dr. James, with other projects.
Brittany's project.
Sorry?
Yeah. Brittany's project. Brittany.
Sorry?
I said Brittany's project.
Yes, Brittany's. I mean,
Yes.
the ones that are solid educational ones, and I think we test them out on the Facebook. So you know how to access the Rotary Club of Global Impact Facebook page, Megan?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be a good start. And then we can bring other projects in. If you can look at how the prototype works, Shankar, and then we can share that by email, by PMail with
Sure,
members.
I'm totally aligned with Martin's idea and Dr. Miguel's branding method, because I think if we can actually brand RC, the Rotary Club of Global Impact and the projects and how it is going in a structured way using social media, that can be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So
And it's just it's social proof. Social proof is so powerful.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
Tony, may I add something
Yes.
to the conversation? So in the project that Aaron started and I'm helping him out with, Dare to Spare for Ukraine, we're also not doing it just out of the country to Ukraine. We're also decided collaboratively to also engage Ukrainian communities that are refugees. So I found a local church and I've become friends with them, and they were very welcoming, and I'm working with them. I already went a couple of weeks in a row. I met a couple of the parishioners, the people in charge. They have a small parish center to have events. This is where there's an adaptive challenge, which I love a good challenge. They've never heard of Rotary. I'm going to say it again. They've never heard of Rotary. So being that we're talking really in depth right now about it, I want to do something along the lines of like PBS, Jerry Lewis, bring Rotary to them live, and maybe do like a fundraiser for them live with us, like a 50-50 maybe. So we benefit, they benefit, because they were very, they had a lot of inhibition when I came. They were very, very friendly, but they were like, who are you? What do you want from us? And I said to them, we don't want anything from you. We want to help you. So I did show you the videos. I just shared with Marty on Signal, Marty. I shared with you the video. I did share a little video of the clothes. I folded nicely, the shoes. I individually wrapped with the sizes of the shoes for the children, some toys. They were very receiving. I also made friends with a lady who is taking orders for pierogies. I think it goes directly to the back to the military in Ukraine. However, they said they're in despair with the need goes on and on because they have so many refugees. So I'm definitely excited to work with them. However, the relationship is going to take nice and slow and easy.
Fantastic, Patty. And if you can do a quick advert for the 50-50, just remind everybody what it is.
Okay. Okay, I had it fired up there because I know you had mentioned it earlier. There is a link to the 50-50. You got to be in it to win it. If you could spare $5, you have a chance to win a lot more than $5. And then the good thing is you're being philanthropic at the same time. I believe the drawing is on June 11th. Double check when you check the link. It will tell you the date. I believe it's June 11th. Don't mark my words. It may be a day or two off. However, before the end of the year, we will be doing a drawing at our meetings, and I'm just excited about it.
Fantastic. Yes, I must remember to go and buy mine.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct. It is June 11th is the live drawing on air again, just like last time. So yes, sign up, please.
So, and also it's for people outside of the club. It's not just for Rotarians. It can be guests anywhere in your networks. That would be fantastic.
Sure.
So we're coming up at the top of the hour. So I've really enjoyed this meeting, and I really want to say thank you to Stormy again for being so brave and courageous and persuading us all to support the vote. I will look into my potential to vote. And I want to thank Shankar for having these ideas around the buddy system as well. And I really think that if we can push these wonderful stories out on the Facebook page for, projects, ideas, even posting about what we've been doing for the last 6 months. I will aim to do it as well. And then put someone linked in Rotary Club. But really, as Marty said, the Facebook one is going to get probably wider coverage in terms of energy and passion. Any other things that you need, Shankar, at the moment to take this buddy idea forward?
I will put that one pager and clarify what we are trying to look at and how we can brand it. And should the need be, I will try and reach out to Marty and Patty to take on inputs on the social media side, and we go on from there. And there could be an initial small team itself created for doing this, if that's possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to thank Agatha for coming and let's make sure you become a fully paid up member of our club. I hope you've enjoyed the meeting today. And I want to thank everybody for being here.
It's good to see you guys. I haven't seen you guys forever.
I know. Well, we need you to join up again, Megan, now that we're
I'm going.
so
The other thing I would like to mention is when she joins up again, it'll be a reduced fee because it would be prorated, you know, Megan. We've already got 2 months behind us, so it wouldn't be $90.
Okay,
You know, it's generally $15 a month, so it would be $30 less. It would be like $60 if we start you off March 1st. So just thinking and planning, it would not be as much money. And I think I'm going
That's
to get
very
Vincent
kind,
to
thank
come
you.
on from Canada again, and maybe we figure out a way how to pay his dues for him, because the current balance is almost $1,900 in the account, which everybody does receive emails of our balance from Bank of America on the financial reports for the meeting today. And then the major bills we're facing coming up for this year are going to be quite low, but they are around like $400. You know, in the springtime, we get slapped every year with the web service bill from DACDB, and then we get the database bill from DACDB. And these are generally total up to about like $300 some, $350. They go up a little bit each year, $8, $10. So we'll get those bills and pay them this spring. But those are all the expenses we have planned with a current account balance of about $1,800 some, close to $1,900.
Okay, that's good. So we can, do you have something you want to say, Paul? You're on mute. You're on mute.
So I was just gonna say, I've got to jump on to another thing, but thank you, everybody, and I'll be in touch.
That's okay. We're going to close now. So thank you for
Oh,
being
okay.
here. And
Okay.
let's make sure we get all these projects out into social media so that we can really shout about our club and how we're doing so amazing. And I just want to thank you, especially you, Marty, for keeping an eye on the funds. And yes, we need to get Vincent back in so that we have his talent in. I want to thank you all for being here. And just a last word, anything from Patty? Last word, my dear President-elect?
I did have something, but now I don't remember. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I do have to, even though I've been to a Pets before, if I'm going to be the president for the following year, I have to do the Pets. So there was one local one that would have been fine. However, their registration's not up in spring, and then a governor gave me one for one that's out of town in New Jersey. However, I'm not sure about the cost, so I'm just kind of like, I'm in limbo with, I didn't register yet. That's the bottom line. I just want to let you know that I need to take the Pets before July 1st.
Yes.
However, if you find out anything about the virtual, I did ask. I didn't hear word. I did ask. So if anybody hears anything about the virtual that was up in the air, that there might have been virtual Pets, I'm definitely interested. And I'll keep everybody posted what's going on with that.
Fantastic. Yes, we need to make sure that you do that. I didn't hear anything about the virtual one, but we'll look into that, Patty. So thank you. So thank you all for being here, and really appreciate your time. And I will put this recording up on the YouTube channel, and let's blast out our wonderful ideas to the world. So welcome, Agatha. Welcome back, Megan, and all of you members. Let's get some more members in. Let's spread the word.
have a blessed day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Have
Shane.
a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you, Doris. Thank you, Doris. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankar, thank you, Patty, for organizing.
Thank you,
it.
Pauline. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Patty.
let's make sure Agatha gets her membership
Thank you,
sorted.
Marty.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Sure.